What is up everyone, welcome back to Mainly Movies, the channel where we talk about, well, mainly movies. So in this video we're going to be reviewing the new video game adaptation, Mortal Kombat. So this movie is about Earth's greatest champions are now being hunted down by Sub-Zero and all the other enemies from the outer world or whatever it's called, and they need to battle each other, and then there's more fighting and just more fighting.
It tore through our unit in seconds. The target has superhuman abilities.
So guys, thank you for sticking around. It's been a while since I made a video, but finally I am making one, and I thought I wanted to talk about this new video game adaptation of Mortal Kombat. Now, I'm a fan of the video games. I played Mortal Kombat 9 on PS3. It was the first R-rated game I ever played, and it was awesome. I played the hell out of it. I didn't play much of Mortal Kombat X. I played a little bit of XL, which was like the DLC version of Mortal Kombat X. And now, after watching the movie, I've slowly started getting back into Mortal Kombat by playing Mortal Kombat 11. And I think that game is pretty fun. You know, you got the move lists, the fatalities, just seeing how gory the game is. It's a whole lot of fun. Which is what this movie is. Now, a lot of people, I've seen a lot of mixed reviews about this film. A lot of people are saying it's really, really good. A lot of people are saying it's good. A lot of people are saying it's bad. And a lot of people are trashing on the film, saying it's the worst film they've ever seen. I've seen a lot of reviews and a lot of mixed reviews on this film. Now, where do I personally stand on the film? I'm on the fence. It's not a terrible film, and it's not an amazing film by any chance, but I mean, like I do on this channel, I always start off with the positives, and the positives is the way the action is directed. If you've gone back and you've watched some of my John Wick reviews, you'll see that I'm a sucker for the way action is directed. If it's directed in a very, very good way, then I'm pleased. And if an action movie succeeds with its action, which is what it's meant to do, I'm happy. And that's what this movie delivers. The action is awesome. The fight scenes, they never get old. They're bloody, they're gory. I love it. It's awesome. They don't hold back. There's people being split in half. There's bodies flying everywhere and blood and gore and a lot of fan service for the video game fans, a lot of lines and a lot of shots that replicate the video games, which is always pretty cool. And just pointing out, although I did, when I was in the theater watching this movie, there was a guy sitting behind me that was just, I don't know who he was talking to, his wife or his mum or something, but he kept just pointing out the references. Like, all of a sudden he'll be like, oh, this is that character, this is that character, oh, Scorpion says this, oh, and it's just like, he'll just constantly keep saying that, and you're just like, shut up. But that was just a person. The movie, the action, like I was talking about, the action is really, really good. The fight scenes are awesome, and the gore is pretty good. Although, one thing which I'll get to in a minute about the gore that I didn't really like. And one other thing I really did like about this film was the tone of the story. It felt a lot like, it didn't take itself so seriously. It felt like a video game story, which was awesome, and that just went together with the action. It was really cool. It does feel a bit goofy, but it's meant to kind of feel like that. Also, as an Australian myself, a lot of this film was filmed in South Australia, which is where I live, which is awesome, and I love to see movies that are filmed in South Australia. And the character Kano, which is this Australian bogan type character, is an interesting character, but also one of the most realistic characters in this film. Which brings me to my negatives. Everybody in this film acts like a robot. There's a lot of characters, they don't get time to do a lot of stuff, and they never flesh out characters like the video games can because they're longer. I don't mind that. It's just, they just feel, the way that the actors are portraying the characters just feel like robots, except Kano. Kano actually feels like a third dimensional character. Every character just felt so stale and wooden in some parts. Some parts they're okay, but just the way they talk, they're kind of like, we need to get here to get there, and then over there. And it's just like, I don't know, it just feels like the typical action movie dialogue. and it kind of annoyed me a little bit, but I understood. I mean, this is a video game adaptation where these are the characters that they're playing, but I mean, the main character in this film is completely made up. He is not a character in the Mortal Kombat franchise. I mean, well, he is now, but the character's name's Cole, and his character was okay. They gave him a lot more than every other character, but I mean, just seeing, it's more of the fan service of seeing your favorite characters being in the movie, which is the whole point of it. But some of the characters aren't portrayed as good as most. Like, my favorite character in the video games is Cabal, and when he appears in the movie, he's just an idiot and stupid, and I don't fucking like it. But I mean, that's their choice. He just kind of felt very he felt like the same, but they just, I don't know, they just dumbed that character down a lot more than what I wish they would. Although he's not even in the movie that much, so it doesn't really matter. But another negative that I have with the film is the blood. Now, it's good that this movie is gory, and it has that video game gore where it's just so over the top and just really, really gory. But the blood effect looks like a 13-year-old did it. It's just like, it's so gooey, and it looks like fucking Play-Doh or something. I don't know, it just, whenever a movie has to go for an R rating, it has to have the most excessive amount of violence, and the only way to make the most excessive amount of violence is making the blood look as unrealistic as possible. It just looks like this big goop falling out of people. When I'm not saying a Mortal Kombat movie has to be realistic, it's just so distracting how the blood looks that I can never, it's the same sort of blood animation as they use in Rambo Last Blood, where it's just like goops of blood, and it just doesn't really do much for me. The only death, well, I'm not going to spoil it, but the only animation is like a head being like crushed in the film that actually looked really good. It actually almost looked practical, like the effect looked like practical effects, which was really cool. But there's a lot of people being split in half, people being stabbed, people being thrown, and it's just goops of blood that come out, and I don't know, it just doesn't do much for me. It almost feels like the blood in the video games just put into the movie, and it doesn't work. It doesn't feel like it matches with the actual real footage that we're watching. But other than that, I really had fun watching this movie. It was a pleasant surprise. It was better than what I thought it was going to be. It's not a great film, but it's a lot better than I thought. The action is just amazing. It looks really, really good. Like, just the directing and everything. The cinematography, I mean, it's a big blockbuster action film. It's as good as it gets. The acting is a bit stale in parts, and the blood effects are just like crazy weird to look at. But yeah, but overall it is a pretty fun movie, and if you like violent action films, or if you're a fan of the video games, I feel like you're going to be pleasantly surprised with this movie. But other than that, I'm going to give Mortal Kombat a 6.5 out of 10. So it's just above average for me. It's a fun action movie. I probably will, in a couple of months, go back and watch this movie on Blu-ray or on 4K or something, and it'll suit me, just like a night of fun. That's what it is. It's just pure entertainment, and that's what it is, and that's what I enjoy it for. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching the video. Now, I know a while ago, and I'm not sure if I brought this up yet, but a while ago I did mention that once I get 50 subscribers, I will do a complete Blu-ray update video, or a complete Blu-ray collection video, and I am going to do that. I'm up to 65 or whatever subscribers now, so I'm way past that mark, which is unbelievable. Thank you guys for sticking around on the channel. It means a lot, and I am going to do it. It's probably going to be 2 or 3 parts, because I have a lot of Blu-rays to get through. I mean, I have a crazy amount. I have all this, I have a lot down here, I have more, I have 3 drawers full. I feel like I've already said this before, I might have said this in a video, but it is coming, so stay tuned. I am working on doing that, and I have to get the time. There's a 20-minute time limit on this camera, so I need to do it in parts. So yeah, that's but that video is coming, as well as some more soon as well. Some more reviews. The Oscars happened last night. I'm probably going to talk about that in another video, but yeah. So guys, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.